Hi guys, welcome, Scatlink here, and we're off for a little bit of an experiment. Yes, I has no 3DS capture device, we all know this, but I had a little bit of an idea, and I was trying to avoid this, but since we've already had a few videos on the channel pointing the camera at the 3DS in the good old style of Ashens and all that, I assumed, well, why don't I try and find a way that actually makes it look at least decent when I am forced to do it. So I'm not going to be, like, going out of my way to do 3DS content, but if it's, like, a series where, oh, it's got something like on the 3DS, for example, Ocarina of Time 3D changes, or if I ever do Majora's Mask, on, say, the 64 or the GameCube, the only version I have is the GameCube and 3DS versions, then I can show the effects of those in a decent enough manner. I mean, for one thing, this ensures that I've got a very decent frame rate, but quality is a little bit off. Understandable. I mean, you can actually see the scan lines on the top on the screens. That's kind of a thing. And of course, a little bit of light flickering due to the hertz rating of the system and all that. I'm looking away right now to make sure that it's actually working on XSplit, because I've got my webcam pointing at this thing, but it is a 720p webcam, as we already are aware, so that's the same one I'm using, the Logitech one, 720p. But obviously, that instead of having sound captured from the webcam, I've got a literal audio jack going directly from the 3DS to the computer, and that's being captured by XSplit as well, but for my commentary on another computer on Audacity, because otherwise, well, I could possibly do it on one computer, and hopefully XSplit won't get confused, but this is like a test, so I'm using both my desktop and laptop for this. Of course, the footage is being recorded on the laptop. Now the thing is that you can see here that I've like trying to get together. I mean, like, the things I'll probably cut out mostly, I forgot to turn off the background here. I probably won't cut it out because it is black in the background. But you see, the thing is that if I do this, I don't know if this will come out in the video, but if you do this, you can see that I've put a mask over the screen so it looks a little bit more presentable, so it looks decent enough. So that's a thing. I'm using the Kid Icarus Stand in order to keep the 3DS stable and not have it in my hands, because we all know trying to play one-handed is a bit of a pain in the butt, trying to keep it aligned with the camera in another hand and trying to use only one hand to do that. It was super annoying and gave me a dead arm. So this is obviously a better way. Now I've disconnected this is kind of weird. I disconnected my blue Snowball Ice from its tripod, and then with blue tack stuck my webcam on top of that, and right now it's working perfectly fine, keeping it nice and level and all that. So as you can see, no wobbles at all unless I move it. But because the tripod is super small, I've had to prop it up with a bunch of books in order to have it elevated to the right elevation. And I know for a fact it's my first 1, 2, 3, 4 Zelda books and my old N64 mini books side by side, which are oddly enough the same size roughly, so that props it all up. You don't need to know that though. And yeah, the Snowball was literally sitting right behind the tripod, very snug, not rolling around, in front of me, so you can actually hear me decently. I don't know if I'm a little bit louder. Of course, in editing, I'll have to turn that down. But of course, when it comes to these test videos, I try to do as little editing as possible and have it all presented at a certain point. As you saw there, I already took from XSplit itself. The border is part of the actual footage that's being recorded, so I don't have to edit this. Because I was tempted to move the screens around and lay it out in a certain way, but then I was like, nah, leave it for now, because a 3DS capture device is freaking huge in terms of pricing, and I can't afford that right now, and I probably won't be able to for a long while, and even then I'll have to wait a while, and that means I won't be left alone without a 3D. Well, not really. I could play my 3DS games on my slightly buggered original 3DS that had this crack in the screen. You will remember that when I did those videos. That was a thing. But yeah, so yeah, of course, with a capture device, you get excellent quality visuals and sound, and no frame drops. With streaming with custom firmware, which I don't want to risk right now, because potential bricking. I mean, I did it on my PSP, but I didn't have a lot to lose then. I have look at all the stuff I have on my menu here. I don't think I want to risk my system. Yeah. That one. Yeah, I don't really want to risk my system, just saying. I've got too much stuff on this system to lose. So, yeah, and right now, of course, I've got the 30th anniversary Zelda theme on the screen right now, but I've muted my 3DS so that there's no sound coming through because I don't want to, because as it's the orchestrated version from Symphony of the Goddess, it may get copyright claimed, so I'm just being safe there. But there is sound coming through, don't worry, I will prove that soon. And I know I'm just sitting here blabbering, but I wanted to tell you how I got this all set up. Because, like I said, I don't want to do... I can't afford a 3DS capture device for a new 3DS or for an original DS. It's literally $2 difference from what I can tell if you get it installed with an already owned system. So that's a thing. So, of course, I would update my new 3DS in order to do that, because everything's on here, and I can play Xenoblade Chronicles as well. But if I did streaming, of course, I can't play the new 3DS exclusives or use games that use that extra processing power, because only the new 3DSs can do that streaming. But even so, it's not perfected yet, and I don't want to risk bricking my system. Like I said, PSP, different kettle of fish. I could risk it. And finally, the last option was obviously recording with a camera, which I did as a last resort for bonus episodes previously on, but I want to be a little bit more professional with that, and this is the most professional I can get at the moment without getting a better tripod / camera / method on doing this, because I'm actually really I'm still uncomfortable, but at least I haven't got dead arms, and at least I can actually grip the system without moving it so often, so that's very helpful. If you hear a lot of creaking, that's me shifting on my chair. But yes, enough of all that. The game that I want to use for test... friend is online. But yes, the thing that I want to test my setup with is actually a DSiWare game, and as far as I'm aware, you can't emulate DSi games on DS emulators. Now, of course, if I want to do DS games, I can easily use an emulator and have good quality, so that's not an issue. It's just 3DS that's kind of the barrier for me at the moment. But this is a decent enough way, and I have seen decently made videos of it. I'm just readjusting the 3DS again. That is literally the only issue with this setup. But like I said, even though streaming gives you better quality visuals, it does sacrifice frame rate. This is slightly less quality visuals, but it's the visuals, well, slightly hampered than what you would normally see in real life anyway, and not digitally, remastered, because it's, the raw footage. So yeah, it's like, this is the best I'm going to get right now, and to be fair, it is at the moment better than streaming, because you get decent quality if you have a decent quality enough camera, and pretty much the amount of frame rate that the camera itself can pick up. So that's pretty sweet. So the game that I want to demo here is actually a DSiWare game, as I've already said. Well, should I do Binding of Isaac Rebirth? I was planning on doing... Yeah, you know what? I'll do Binding of Isaac Rebirth. So, I'm going to boot that up, and then I'm going to turn up the volume. Don't move the system. I've also got my headphone splitter cable, so it's plugged into the system, so I can actually hear the music as well as it going to my computer to capture the audio. Yeah, man. If the autofocus keeps going off, I apologise for that as well. For some reason in XSplit I can't turn that off. I'll have to see what I can do about that. But yeah, considering the quality, you could probably see my thumb at the side of the screen here. Because I should have turned the light off. I've turned lights off in my room. I'll go do that now. So yeah, this game obviously got ports on the PS4, the PS Vita, and I believe the Xbox. I'm not entirely too sure. I haven't seen it on the Xbox before. And of course, new 3DS, but of course it's exclusive to the 3DS. Which does make a little bit of sense, because it is very RNG heavy. Even though I'm a little bit skeptical on why it's new 3DS exclusive. But why is Super Nintendo exclusive to new 3DS? I mean, why can't the... You can emulate Game Boy Advance games from the Master program quite fine. You can't do 16-bit, but you can do 32-bit. In fact, if you can't handle Super Nintendo, why can you handle your own games? But yeah, about Binding of Isaac Rebirth, I've only played the original on PC. I do have Rebirth on PC, but I've never actually played it on PC. Someone just got it with me for Christmas, and that was right, and I forgot I had it on my... I forgot I was going to get it for my 3DS, and then it came out on 3DS, and I played this version more. So yeah, we're just watching the intro right now. I'm not too sure if Macmillan is fine with me not talking for a bit on this or not. You know, copyright and all that. And being... Because when pointing a camera at a game, not going out your way for a capture device, kind of like ensures that, okay, you've spent the money, you're allowed to do this. But when pointing a camera at the screen, slightly different leeway, I guess. But I have gone through the effort to try and make this as professional as possible regardless. I mean, most people, from a glance, may not be able to tell the difference. So, I don't know. This is, like I said, it's recording in 720p, but obviously the quality, in terms of other videos, may not show that. But hey, I've tried. There goes the focus wobbling the screen again. But yes, Binding of Isaac Rebirth. This is going to be a nightmare to play on this, actually, because I can't grip the system properly. But yeah, press start to play. Now, my brother has played this to buggery. Look at that. This is my file. I haven't got even the whole entire Polaroid, or inverse Polaroid, is it called? I'm not too sure. Are the controls the same? I don't know how long this video is going to be fair. I'll probably die twice, and that'll probably be it. No, controls is what I want. Walk, yeah. So, can I bring it down? Bomb, item, pill. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, they're my controls. The problem is, if someone else on another file changes the controls, it changes the controls for every file in this version. And no, sadly, the Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus DLCs are not coming on this version, but it's all one massive download on the Switch, confirmed by Nicholas, I think the creator of this port was called, so that was a thing. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. So let's go for Nerf for now. Let's go Isaac. I mean, like, I've done a few Binding of Isaac videos before, so I thought if I'm going to do the new 3DS as a test video, I might as well do a new 3DS exclusive. Could have done Binding, Xenoblade Chronicles, that could be a thing, but I don't know. This game's a little bit dark, actually. And yeah, I know that the bottom screen's also a little bit skew with, but it's like I haven't got the 3DS fully open, so that's a thing. So, yep, this is going to be a bit of a pain to play like this. I'm not used to sitting this far away or in this kind of position doing 3DS stuff, but oh well. I should have done something more simple, like Ocarina of Time. But I made a pact with myself. Get it packed, because Binding of Isaac, yeah. I made a pact with myself to not touch the original untainted version of Ocarina of Time of any kind until I've beaten the monster that is Chaos Edition. So that's a thing. So I keep looking at the video feed on what's its face in order to make sure that I'm still in frame, because otherwise that'll be very awkward. Of course, you wouldn't have to be worrying about any of this if you did streaming, but then again, if the problem is, if you do the streaming route, you also need very good internet, and if your internet drops at any point, that will affect the video as well. So it's like, not only is this cheap and almost anyone can do it, but it's also pretty much the better option, especially if you don't want to risk wrecking your system. So it's not, it's the cheapest, it's the safest, it's the easiest, and it's also the safest. So one of those are probably repeated. I feel like my commentary is very off. Well, I've already made it to the boss, so that's pretty sweet. I'll take care of the boss first before I go. Actually, no, I've already got a key. You know what? I'm going to go to the secret room first. Not secret room, item room. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to go into too much detail about the items. I guess I could say that black hearts are basically like spirit hearts, which are the blue ones. They act like spirit hearts, but when you lose them, they do like a Necronomicon like damage to all enemies in the room, or that's on screen at least. So I guess that's something that's new already. Of course, we've got spiders. A giant legion of spiders are coming to get me and murder my face. Oh, I took care of them. So what's this? The chariot. Ah, that's invincibility. I remember that. So I want to keep my finger on the button for that one. What's this? Flush. That's an item. I don't know what that did. Maybe it hits all enemies? Thunder fires. HP up, speed down, and you feel stumpy. Is that? Funny how I start this and I don't know what these are. Oh! Ah! You feel stumpy or stompy? Either or. Okay, so I just learned what this item does. Of course, when I start video, I get items I don't even know or what I've heard of, because I don't look them up until after I've got them. So this obviously gives me those 2 buffs, but it also allows me to destroy every rock. Wouldn't it be funny if this video is like 40 hours long and I beat around or something? Okay, 40 hours is obviously an exaggeration. Mini boss. Should be able to take you down pretty fine. I say that, watch what happens. I wasn't even planning to record today, but I thought, yeah, you know what, I want to try this out. Because it keeps bugging me that we have freaking Citra, which is like a 3DS emulator, but you can't get like 3DS ROMs, because obviously the console's still alive, so ROMs are definitely a no-go for dumping. And if you want to dump them, you have to dump them yourself. And in order to do that, you need custom firmware anyway. So it's like, if you have a new 3DS, it's kind of... You'd rather go the streaming route, to be fair. Sorry, I cut that out. I had to readjust my screens again. Oh, you will find enlightenment. I think I want to use that. Because oh, okay, it's temporary flight. And I can still bash down rocks. Well, that's nice. Yeah, so if there are any temporary cuts in the video, that's me trying to readjust the screens. That's probably going to be the only inconvenience in these if I make these videos. But at the same time, I may not cut any of that out because, like I said, this is a test video. It's to see how well the setup works. And I don't think I'll be moving around that much, considering. I mean, maybe if I put blue tack on the bottom of the Kid Icarus stand, that might help a bit more. I'm taking forever to go through this first floor. Holy crap. Then again, it is the basement XL, so that might explain a few things. I can get some money right here. So in a way, I am doing 2 floors at once. That was a tinted rock. I saw that, so give me that. And I just realised I'm on red. I forgot to put this thing on charge when I'm doing this. Always want to do things like the oh Jesus Mary. That's bad. Get it, Jesus Mary, because this game has religious symbols. I'm doing all the unintentionally religious puns. And I do not mean anything offensive like that. This game is just a spin on the demonic side of things. It's a parody. So, there you gizzle. For shizzle. Diddly dizzle. Poo fizzle. I don't know. Oh, I can... I've just realised I don't have to shoot the poop. I can just shoot them all. And I feel like I've been moving the system a little bit. But like I said, it's only a little bit each time. It's not like I'm freaking shaky as all hell when I need the freaking YouTube thing to sort it out, or I need to like spend 2 hours tweening the video in order to keep the screens on screen. So like I said, it's still a better option than what I was doing before, and I'm kind of actually a lot comfortable with this. Actually, I'm getting better with this. I forgot I need to fight 2 bosses at once because it's a freaking double floor. It's an XL floor, which were introduced in Wrath of the Lamb. This is like, yeah, Rebirth is like Wrath of the Lamb, but with extras. And of course a revamp thing. But I will say, I do prefer the original soundtrack than this soundtrack. I'm not exactly a fan of Rebirth soundtrack. I preferred the original / Wrath of the Lamb soundtrack. It just felt a lot better. I moved it quite a lot there. But it's not, like I said, it's not like a lot that you can't see what I'm doing. So I feel like this is a very successful test video. But I don't know how far I'm going to go. I mean, the intro is probably about 10 minutes long because I was just sitting here blabbering. Like I said, I don't exactly feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of, like, Let's Plays or 3DS games at this point, but it is an option. It's just not what I would do. Okay. Let's get rid of this. I'm not too sure if the upgrade that I got allows me to walk through fire without getting hurt. Well, that was pointless. Just changed the entrance of the room that I came in. And because the room is dark, I can't actually see if I'm aligned or not. God damn it. Let's see here. My brightness is on 3 on the system at the moment, though. I could use the shovel. That would get me through further. But I could use the extra damage. Oh, I'll take the extra damage. Yeah, I'll take the extra damage. Okay, now I can align myself. So, let's see here. Yeah, I moved up a bit too much. Sorry about that. I moved the system back a bit too much there. Oh, I just realised every time I want to do something 3DS related, I got to get all this complicated stuff set up again. But then again, if that's the case, That might be a thing. I mean, if you guys don't mind this setup, I'm perfectly fine to do Let's Plays on 3DS games, but like I said, I wouldn't be too happy about it. Of course, my gaming skills are hampered due to the awkward setup. I'm taking stupid hits here, because I'm used to having the system closer to me, and not sitting up like this against a desk trying to hold this thing. But yeah, that's not worth, actually. I'm not going to bother. There's a blood bank there. And judgment everywhere. I forget I can actually reach these guys. How much money have I got? 13. I had to cock my head because the camera's in the way. Again, that would not be an issue if I was streaming or direct capturing. Of course, if I could get a capture device, I would. That'd be freaking awesome. But then, just like with PSP, am I ever even going to use it? Yeah, I'll go take on the boss now. Why not? It's Peep! You keep your peep shut, mate. Alright, let's tacticianry here. Please don't jump. Oh, he's just peeping. Okay. Alright, he's jumping. Okay, good. I don't want to destroy these rocks by accident. That could be the worst thing I could do. Okay, one of his eyes are gone. Ow! Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's bad! I forget they don't get stopped by walls and rocks. Oh, really? That hit me? I swear that slightly homed in. Oh no, they curve a bit. Okay. Of course, this game doesn't have 3D enabled, but then again, it's like mostly 2D. You wouldn't really need it. I don't know why this version didn't get like the Wrath of the Afterbirth DLC. Because this is a pretty solid port. I've only had it crash on me a couple of times, and since then, it never crashed on me again. Of course, you would think, oh, that means it's not a solid port because it crashes a couple of times, but it's mostly something to do with like the batteries or something, or if you have a battery with a battery power up and it regenerates as well, it kind of like can't handle it. Oh, well, this is something I didn't expect. Yep, I'm gonna die here. What? I got hit twice with that? Excuse me? Alright, don't bother with the footage right now on XSplit. Let me just see what I can do here. I need to use XSplit because I can't get the camera feed on anything else that's along with the overlay. So yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. That's game. That's game. But still, I got a few actual items that I never bumped into before, so I can't complain too much. So yeah, I'm gonna exit. And yeah, that's thank you. That took a while to show up, and we're off a line again. Hang on a minute. Let me close down game. My finger's showing up in the windows, which it should be over the windows, but it isn't. Like I said, it's a thing that I had to deal with. Can't help that. But yeah, the same with the stylus. But then again, I guess the stylus is a bit of a okay thing. But yeah, that is my 3DS capture. Slight screen movement, but way less than what I did before. Like trying to focus on one screen, switch to another. Try to seamlessly cut and keep the thing steady and play with one hand. It's just... That's like no, because I'm trying to hold a camera in the other hand as well. But yeah, if you guys... Oh shit, the music. I might have had to mute the actual video footage for that, because I didn't realise I didn't actually mute the 3DS itself. But yes, I should have changed the theme to something to Star Fox or something. That's what it used to be. But yes, if you want me to do 3DS games, please keep in mind that, of course, it will be this quality, and my gaming expertise will be hampered due to how I have to set this up and how I have to hold the system in order to play it. So don't expect some awesome stuff. So maybe you may not want to suggest Let's Plays on 3DS games or DSiWare games for now. For now, I just want to reserve this for bonus episodes mostly, so that's really all it is. But as well, like I said, this is also a proof of concept test, as I do with most of my test videos, even though they don't take they take a lot less time to explain how I set this up. But considering it is super complicated on how I've got everything laid out, I wanted to at least get one meaty sized video of this in. I don't know how long this video is, but I'm pretty sure it's quite meaty. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out my other stuff. Like I said, my previous 3DS videos are pretty hodgepodge, including the ones from Final Wi-Fi matches, but I didn't have my best camera at the time. As I've already said, this is just like this idea right now. And, yeah, I mean, if I can sort out a way for you guys to donate, maybe we can all chip in together and get a 3DS capture device. I don't even know. That would be nice, though, wouldn't it? But yeah, if you want to suggest anything for 3DS, maybe like one-off videos perhaps, go right ahead. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time for whatever I do next.